hard decision to make. It's just nothing personal. We put friendships all aside and just base it off like the bigger picture and the facts and everything we've been seeing. So the boy we want to dump is Jeremiah.
Nah, this some bullcrap. This some bullcrap. Okay, this some bullcrap. But I told you about the bullcrap that's happening. I told you about the bullcrap that's happening. Didn't I tell you? Listen, I don't want to hear complaints. Okay, because y'all, I've been on TikTok, I've been on Twitter. Too many women, specifically the women, because it wasn't the men, specifically the women, talking about how Jeremiah was a gaslighter, he was a love bomber. Well, if that's the case, don't be concerned now. He should go, because if he is a love bomber and he is a gaslighter, we don't want him on the show. If he's doing those things, don't be shocked now. Don't be all shocked now. Like, oh, I didn't know. Ace is trying to shift everything. But don't talk about it now, because remember, you were saying he's a gaslighter and a love bomber. If he's a gaslighter and a love bomber, he should be off the show. Do you get what I'm saying to you? But like I've been telling you, I said that Ace's dislike for Jeremiah is kind of diabolical. It's actually kind of nasty. I'm sorry, I told you that when men move in a certain way, I don't rock with them. Like, if you're a man and you do this kind of behavior, it's kind of scary, blood. There's a code of ethics that we move with when it comes to men. Ace, Nick, Taylor, I don't want to call them what they are, but you know the B word. But I'm just going to be honest with you, because mandem don't move like this. I've already said this. Mandem don't move like this. And yet oh man. The dislike that all three of these boys seem to have, but specifically Ace is carrying the treasury and the torch for Jeremiah is scary. As a man, being jealous of another man because he gets gal is like beta behavior, bro. It's like childhood stuff, bro. Look, you have to understand something, yeah? When it comes to gal, okay, they're always going to choose who they're going to choose. When you start trying to eliminate the competition, bro, you always lose in the end anyway, right? Now, what was really sad is that Jeremiah kind of saw it coming. He did. You can see when they were talking about him, how his face was like, wait, hold on, what? And they've sat underneath the cloud of America this, America that, America's at war, my brother. America's at war. Forget about this. You know what I mean? But what's frustrating is, of course, that, it's not just the fact that they were voting for Jeremiah out. It's the way they've gone after him. The way they've had double standards. Like, when women do this, we go, okay, cool. But when mandem do this, it's a scary world. And I'll tell you why it's a scary world, because that tells me that there's some scary behavior that you guys elicit. No one, but to be jealous of a man that you want to kick him out the show. You're not even dating the same girl. You're not even dating the same girl anymore. Huda's free. If you want Huda, go after Huda. Right? What is this? What is this? No, for real. What is this? If you wanted Huda, Huda's free. I don't get it. If you don't want it, what else do you want from him? And this is why I said to you, I called them out a couple of episodes ago when I said that they had a conversation with Jeremiah and they were gaslighting him. Like, the real manipulators are not Huda and Jeremiah. I told you this, that Huda isn't necessarily a manipulator per se, but she has manipulative tendencies. I said Jeremiah, he's not a manipulator. He didn't love bomb her. It's just what it is. And I told you, when the boys sat down Jeremiah to have a conversation about him and Huda, and then turned around and said, well, why are you exploring why are you exploring everything? Well, you just told him to explore. And then you're going to turn around at the point where you're looking at it going like, okay, this is a great opportunity, right, for Jeremiah to explore, right? And then Jeremiah's going to explore, and you then subjugate him for it. Okay, cool. We got rid of Huda and Jeremiah. Jeremiah and Huda can't work no more. And we saw how Taylor was policing Huda, not trying to allow her near Jeremiah. Okay. And then obviously when obviously then this new situation, this new girl, right? Ace is so bitter, it's scary. When to see mandem like this is actually odd. To see mandem like this is odd. Do you get what I'm saying to you? It's odd behavior. This is not typical male behavior. But you know what? I'm trying to be careful what I say. You get me? You understand? And I realized why I don't like Ace. I was trying to figure why I was triggered by Ace, because he reminds me of the guy in You Got Served, the guy that turned against Amarian and the boys. He was also dressed in black all the time with a cap to the side. That's why I remember I don't like Ace. I was trying to figure out why I keep having these flashbacks. I don't like him, and I know why I don't like him, because it was just like it was on You Got Served, and that brother turned against them wearing all black, talking about he gonna steal their moves. That's when I remembered I don't like Ace. That's when I remembered I don't like. Now I know I don't like you. You remind me of a guy that I don't like. You need to sit down, this may take a while. Anyway, see this guy? He sort of looks like you. Ace. Anyway, so yes, Ace, Nick, Jeremiah, they all piss me off. You know what I'm saying to you? They all do. And this is why I said there was issue. This is why I said that the conversation around Jeremiah being a manipulator was a big problem. What we just saw through the voting, because Jeremiah should have been at bottom 3 anyway, but what we saw in the voting is this, that many people did not like Jeremiah, because actually I don't think a lot of people are able to deal with people who actually, I'm gonna be honest with you, this season, people were triggered by Jeremiah. They saw a Jeremiah and Huda situation, and rather than weighing it out correctly, they weighed it out through a lens of their own bias and their own pain. Because Jeremiah should have never been in the bottom 3 in the first place. But the reality is, the reason why he's in the bottom 3 is because people still believe he manipulated Huda. That's why he's in the bottom 3, right? That's why he's in the bottom 3. The way that people voted, the reason why Jeremiah is still in the bottom 3 is because people still believe he's a manipulator. He manipulated Huda. Right? Because it should have never been the bottom 3 in the first place, right? But instead of people actually paying attention to actually who's the natural problem, couldn't do it. And I think that just tells me a lot about people's discernment. When I was watching TikTok and I was on Twitter, so many people, even to this day, even now, they still want to call it like, oh, Jeremiah and Huda were both toxic. No, one person was toxic, and it was an abuser in the relationship. The other person was trying to make it work, and the other person was toxic. Now, here's my thing: Jeremiah should have been better. He should have put up better boundaries. He needs to work on that. Let's be honest. Let's not play around with that. But the other party was an aggressor, okay, and that aggressor is still on the show with no connections. Because, and this is why I think that the production are involved in it. I know they're going to say they weren't. I think they're involved. The mention of America was way too much. Number 2, the fact that Hood is still in it gives me some ill vibes here. You know what I mean? Like, I find this odd. Do you see what I'm saying to you? I find this odd. So for me personally, I do feel like there was some interference here, because it feels like they're trying to give Huda the redemption arc, and she'll get it because on Casa Amor, somebody's going to go back with Huda. You know what I mean? Someone's going to go with Huda. Okay. Now I'm not talking about, no, we know that Huda on this episode was saved by America. That's not to do that. We know she was saved by America, but I'm saying to you that the way they've edited her, as if we didn't just see some abuse going on. Now, again, I believe the reason why Ace got so many votes from the public is because the audience also sees Jeremiah as Ace does, because they're also a lot of people that I think personally are triggered by Jeremiah. I think when they see Jeremiah, they see this fine boy. Let's be honest, he's a good-looking guy. Let's be freaking honest. He's a good-looking boy. He must be a nasty piece of work. I honestly think a lot of people are triggered by Jeremiah. I think a lot, and of course, predominantly people are voting are women, they're not men. So let's be honest. I think a lot of people are triggered by Jeremiah. If we really want to be honest about our real conversation, a lot of people are triggered by Jeremiah because they think he's a good-looking boy, and everybody's met a good-looking boy who should have played him before. And so Ace skirts underneath it all, and it's like, oh, Ace is the truth teller. Ace comes along and tells the truth. I've seen so many TikToks that say Ace is the truth teller. Oh, but did he lie? And I'm like, yo, you're not deep in what's actually really going on. And that tells me that a lot of times when people are looking at it, they are looking at it through the lens of pain and hurt, and they start projecting. Because ain't no way you watching the same show I'm watching and you thinking to yourself that Ace is the good guy in this situation. There ain't no way that you didn't see on 15 episodes at least, because we voting based on the 15 episodes or 16 episodes, that you ain't seen Ace as a manipulator as well. It ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way you ain't seen that. Right? So when I so that's what I'm saying to you, that a lot of times the audience are also being sucked in because they had their own biases in that situation. Okay, now it was really sad. I think it was just really sad watching this scene here. You know,
we don't want to rob nobody of an experience. There's no right answer to this, and there's no wrong answer to this. But looking
now, let's pause this. Ace decided to send Jalen home because apparently Jalen wasn't trying. See, that's why I said to you, Ace is a problem. Ace is actually, like, at this point, it's not a game anymore. There's something wrong with, there's something nasty about Ace. I'm gonna be honest with you, and it's nothing to do with his age. He's a hater. I'm gonna be real with you. He's a hater. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I want to call it as it is. Ace is a professional hater, and it's not even cute because it's like this is not the game anymore, right? Because the first one was Jalen, right? He said he was doing it because of Taylor. He didn't need to do that. Jalen wasn't competition. And Andrea was always going to choose Jalen. Was always going to choose Taylor. So he could have easily sent Huda home. He didn't. And then the situation now with Jeremiah, this should have been a rounding up. Boy should be like, hey, bro, let's save Jeremiah, bro. Let's save Jeremiah, bro. He's one of the man them. No, and that tells you it's not. It's for Ace. I know people that want to say he's not playing the game anymore. You've got your girl. When people are like this, they've got a jealous streak in them because they actually have their own self-worth and self-issues. They have their own self-worth and their own self-issues problem. So they have to organize other people to hate. We usually see this from women. That's what I'm trying to tell you how scary this is. I want you to understand. You usually see this from women, but we are seeing it from man them. Now, I'm not saying men don't have their problems. They really do. They can be haters too, and they can be jealous as well, right? But you often don't see it in the show because on this level, there is a plethora of women that you can choose from. Do you see what I'm saying to you? So you don't usually show on the show, but do men be jealous? Oh, they do. Let's be honest, right? In a different way. They be jealous because it comes to certain things like power and status and stuff like that. So I definitely agree. I'm not going to say that they don't. It's not only a woman thing. But to see it this way,
at the bigger picture, seeing what America sees and seeing the way each person has, moved in here when they got in here is a super hard decision to make.
Now, he keeps on mentioning, you notice again what's happened here? Did you notice again how that they mention America again? What has America got to Jeremiah, please? What has America got to do with Jeremiah? You are voting for who hasn't got a connection. Jeremiah found another connection. He found another connection, started lipsing, and was okay with it. And Ace started hating immediately on the fact that he had found a thing. He said, oh, why is he moving on so fast? What is he supposed to do? Ace, what is he supposed to do? He moves on, you complain. He stays with Huda, you complain. What do you want him to do, Ace? Oh, I forgot, you're a professional hater. And this is how sometimes women miss the real pieces of work. This whole show is showing me that people miss the real pieces of work because they want to assume something. There ain't no way. There ain't no way. But listen, we will rant about this tomorrow because tomorrow I'm gonna be back on this video. I'm gonna rant properly tomorrow. Today I'm being light because I've just watched it and I'm calm in it. But
I think that's the type of person he is. How I feel about it is his type came through the door. He's exiting off everybody who's near him. Also, yeah, that's a friend. We just should be friends. Zooming in on one person, and it's repeating a cycle. The same.
What is wrong with this cycle? He chooses one person, he's over it. Why does he need to choose more than one person? No. Why does he need to choose more than one person? Because there's always that one person that will always have your heart. Why does he need to choose more than one person? I don't get it. He's locked in with one person. He doesn't want to choose anybody else. That's how he is. What's wrong with that? He's still on the experience. Ace, are you not locked in now? This is This is scary behavior. Like, it's manipulative of the highest order. And that behavior is not isolated. I just want to highlight that. Because you see, if he gonna be a hater for Jeremiah, I'm Ace's biggest hater too. You know what I'm saying to you? If he gonna be the biggest hater, I'm gonna be the biggest hater. I'm gonna call it out. It's scary behavior. And if you're a woman, you should pay attention. This is not something to joke around with, you know. When a man is able to collate other men to hate on another man because they can't access the same girls he has, you will never be that girl that he wants. I promise you. He will always want the girl that guy has. That's why I'm saying to you that it's scary behavior for me as a man. When men are getting jealous of other men and what girls they go after, they're never satisfied with a woman that they ever have. They're never satisfied. They're never satisfied. You know what I'm saying to you? They're never satisfied. So, you know, I don't know if Ace has signed a contract with Love Island and they're trying to put him out as the next big star. But as they saw, when Jalen came out, compared to when Jalen came out, he's on 1.3 million. I think he's on 1.6 million. Jalen came out and has 1.6 million followers on TikTok. Our girl, Bella Afton or whatever her name is, came out 64,000. The other girl, other guy who came out, he's on like whatever. Listen, the show can try to make stars, but we will choose who we want to support. So I don't know if Ace has done some kind of like they've signed some contract with Love Island that they're trying to push a certain thing, but it feels like that. You know what I mean? Now, let's deal with the other people because tomorrow we'll rant properly about Jeremiah and the betrayal that we suffered, because there was some betrayal that we suffered. But we'll get in deep into that. Let's talk about Nick and Sierra, okay? Let's talk about Nick and Sierra. Girl, how are you giving... Listen, I want to be fair. The game is the game. I don't like Nick, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't like the way he treated. Hey, Sean, let me even send you a link, bro. Listen, I don't... You know what I mean? In fact, I'll keep this short, then Sean will do another one. Stay up for me, Sean. We're gonna go after this. I want to finish this review and you gonna get on because we need to talk about this, because I need two separate things. I don't want to be too long. Look, let me break this down quickly. Yeah.
I obviously don't know what you tell other girls when you're having your conversations with them, and I honestly try my hardest not to ask you. But I feel like when I'm having my conversations, I'm very transparent in the fact that like we catch a vibe. However, I have something very strong with Nick.
Okay, so the Nick and Sierra situation. Let me be very real. Let me be freaking real with you. Okay? Let me be real with you. Nick is a player. Let's just keep it a buck. He's a player. Okay? All right? He's an absolute player. And Ace sat there with him, knowing that Nick wants his head turned with other women, and they want to talk about, oh, Jeremiah only wants to focus on one person. So you're happy that Nick can play Sierra and hurt her feelings, even though he got the pew-pew? Now, I want to talk about this. One thing I respect about Nick, though, he came out and told the truth. He only lasted 30 seconds. I respect it. I'm just saying, I respect it. Listen, as a man, you know, I respect the truth that he came out there. But let's be honest. He playing Sierra. Look, let me keep it a buck and let me keep it a real. You know what I'm saying to you? See, it's always the fine boys. You see, they don't even last. Oh, stop. But listen, let me keep it a buck, yeah? This situation with Nick, yeah, and this situation with Nick and Sierra, right? I want to start with Sierra first, and I'm going to Nick. Sierra baby. If we know our feelings are strong, see, you about to crash out like Huda if you don't be careful. If you know your feelings are strong, this is why you shouldn't. You see, you were talking about Huda and how she's behaving. You're gonna end up in the same place. You gave him the pew-pew and you hadn't asked him to commit. Oh, sis. I feel for you. You know, I don't wish bad on Sierra at all. I think she's a safe person. I think she's a really cool person and she deserves the best. Okay? All right? She deserves the best. But let's keep it a buck and let's keep it real. Baby, why you give him the pew-pew and you hadn't locked him down? You giving him the pew-pew before? Why didn't you ask him to commit? Because now you left yourself open, baby. I know we make mistakes. I'm not saying that you don't make mistakes. Listen, I want to be respectful. I get it. But it's one little mistake of giving him the pew-pew before he locked him down. After you found out he kissed another babe on the same day he kissed you, do you think he was going to be trustworthy? After you saw him lip-syncing another girl and you felt some type of way. Hey! Baby. Come on, sit down on this bench. Okay, come and sit down on this bench. Get the healing. Okay, now let's deal with Nick. The pew-pew lasted 25 to 30 seconds, sir. Okay, there's nothing to brag on. Okay, you know what I'm saying to you? You at this point, I always say this: have shame and have class. Can I be honest with you? Have some shame and have some class. Let me tell you why I have some shame and class. If you only lasted 30 seconds, you need to have shame and have class. You shouldn't be cheating. How dare you? How dare you cheat when you only last 30 seconds? How dare you? Disgusting behavior. Outrageous behavior. Reputation precedes people. This is nasty work. 30 seconds and you're going to be out here trying to get with another girl? Damn. You gonna give 30 seconds and then be cheating? You need to be loyal. You shouldn't even be thinking about. You shouldn't even. The only thing you should be thinking about is how do I last longer? You know, God forgive me. I'm just saying. Okay, just forgive me. I'm just saying to you, but bro, you know what I'm saying to you? Then the only thing you should be thinking about is not another girl. It's bro, my performance was off. How do I get a better performance? Because I can't be out here playing out people and I'm only lasting 30 seconds. That's crazy work to me. Crazy work. Absolute nuts. All right, there's a song for this. Okay, there's a song for this. From my highs to my lows, from my head to my toe, he's so outrageous. It's so contagious. What you want? No 1 minute, man. Oh, you know, but you out here doing 1 minute, and then you have the audacity to try and step out and be open. You're not open, you're closed. You need to go, you're closed. You need to be behind the shop keeping and be starting to work on this thing. You need to start doing some Kegel exercises because 30 seconds, sir. I used to be that way when I was younger. I can't lie to you. I have to work on it, bro. You know what I'm saying to you? And listen, everybody should work on it. Christian or not Christian, you should be working on your Kegel exercises to make sure that your thrust is sustainable. Okay, and then you want to be working on your ab and cores. Then so here's another trick for the man. Then you need to also start working on leg exercises. You want to be starting to do squats. You don't have to do squats with a weighted bar, but squats against the wall, squats and hold. That holding of the position will help you in the area of the thrust. Trust me, I've done it before and I know exactly what helps. It really worked for me. Okay. Next thing is this: you should be focusing first and foremost on her pleasure, not yours. You need to go mentally in that situation. You got to stop thinking about how you gonna get it and she needs to get it. That's what you need to focus on. Okay, now you failed the first round. It's okay. We can come back stronger the second round. But I want to just give you some key exercises for the mandem out here. Okay, just to help you. Next is also breathing. Okay, so what you want to do is also you want to replicate some of these positions before you have sex. I'm just giving you the tips that I learned. Replicate some of the positions before you have sex, and replicate the actual behavior. You know, the actual movement. Why we do this? Because you need to have the muscle memory. And what that does is it stops you from being tired or out of breath during the session at the time when you're doing it. Because actually what actually happens is once you start losing breath, once you start losing oxygen, once you start losing, you know, and you're breathing a bit more heavy, you fail to concentrate on keeping yourself at a particular place. You know what I'm saying to you? Because once it's gone, it's gone. You know what I mean? You have to, you know what I'm saying to you? Yeah? Yeah? And here's another tip. Don't move at her pace, you move at your pace. So let me tell you why. Slow it down, bro. You ain't got to rush nowhere. You ain't got to run nowhere, bro. Just got to slow it down, bro. You know what I'm saying to you? You got to slow it down. Okay? Slow it down, brother. Okay? You just got to slow it down. You can't be in there rushing. You know what I'm saying to you? As a man, listen, don't let porn confuse you, bro. You got to take it slow. Take it slow. That note was off, but don't worry about that. Okay? But I want you to take it slow. Okay? So when you take it slow, what it allows you to do is just to breathe through it, and have some patience. You ain't got to rush and all that stuff. Slowly. You know what I'm saying to you? Okay? That even works better for them than it actually works for you. Trust me. I'm just trying to help you out. Okay? I'm just trying to help a brother out. Because 30 seconds and we brave about it, and you're going to be out here in them streets cheating is crazy work to me. Okay? Crazy work. Okay? I'm just saying. Okay? It's crazy work. To be 30 seconds in and you already thinking about how you can be open to other women is madness to me. Okay, the ladies, this is the one time, ladies, please, if you're talking, this should be a shame. He should not be able to come and play you girls. Okay, you should not be able to go, he should not be able to play with other women. I'm sorry. The other girl should be like, wait, you lasted 30 seconds? You wait, what? I don't want to deal with you. That should be what the thing is going on, bro. You know, unless he's gonna run it back with Sierra, 30 seconds, bro. Okay. So you know, that's what I'm gonna say. Okay, all right. But my thing is really with Nick is that he's a betrayer, but he's a follower, right? You guys have said it. We've said it before the last few weeks. Nick is a betrayer of people. I don't like that. I don't like the fact that Nick gets behind Ace just to be able to betray another guy. And I know we talk about the fact that he wants Andrea, but it's bigger than Andrea because he confronted Jeremiah a couple of days ago as well with Ace. It's bigger than Andrea. It's not about that girl. In fact, it's not even about Andrea. That's what I said to you. That Ace and Nick, it's not about Andrea. It's not about even Huda per se. Although I thought it was about Huda. It's not. It's just pure haterade. And it's nasty work. And the reason why, and here let me tell you why. Let me tell you something that's happening. Okay. Let me tell you something. You know, when we ask why good men struggle sometimes to understand bad men, this is the reason why. Good men tend to not try to be around bad men. I'm going to be honest with you. We honestly, birds of a flock fly together. What you see is what happens between men that have different ways of operating and what happens. So because Jeremiah was deciding that when he finds a girl that he likes, and Ace said it, he finds a girl he likes, he locks in. What's the beef? The beef is exposes the fact that Nick and Ace specifically are actually not people that want to be monogamous or tie down to any girl. That's why Ace took so long, and that's why Nick keeps playing. What Jeremiah is a reflection of them two is that that in real life, they are not loyal people. And so when they met someone who can be willingly loyal with somebody and stick it with that person early, it actually exposes them. Is you know what as a human behavior is when you hang around people that have elevated their standard, that they're not going to do mad things anymore, they're not going to do nasty things anymore, they're not going to do cheating on girls, they're going to play girls, right? Man them who are willing to play that can't be around those kind of man them. So what ends up happening is, okay, what ends up happening, is that they get exposed because they start seeing that, okay, if he does what he does, we're looking bad. And really it's an ego thing, and really it's because you're not comfortable in your space. You don't want to change your behaviors. Okay, now the fact that Nick went to Jeremiah after and said, oh bro, you know, I'm still your boy. You're not his boy. You are a betrayer and you're a nasty piece of work. For me, when I'm talking about the man them, I talk about them seriously. You know, we talk about the ladies, but I want to talk about the man them seriously. I want to call them what they are. Nick and Ace are a nasty piece of work, because when we're man them, we don't snake each other and go and move the way that these two boys have moved. This is nasty work. It is nasty work. And then for Nick to go behind and at the very end and be like, bro, you know, I still love you. I got love for you. You're my boy. And then for Taylor to join in. Listen, I'll talk about Taylor in a second too. And then for Taylor to also be like, oh, you know, we put friendships aside. Why did you? Because you didn't do that with Jalen. Why did you put friendships aside when you didn't do that with Jalen? Why are we putting friendships aside now when you didn't put it aside when it was coming to Jalen? You didn't put your friendships aside then. You didn't ask them to put them aside. Ace didn't put the friendship aside. So why are we putting friendship aside now? I don't get it. You see, someone like Taylor, again, ladies, you need to pay attention. People like Taylor don't have their own minds. And you see, that's the difficulty. People like Taylor do not have their own minds. The brother's asking another man how to date this girl. He don't know even how to date her, bro. He don't even know how to even treat this girl correctly. He asking big bros how to her correctly. Ace thinks he's clever by giving him advice, thinking we're gonna love him as a national treasure, as a man who helps other men. Look, I've clocked your behavior already. Taylor don't even really like Olandria. That's why you're asking all these questions. And Olandria's with him. I'm like, baby, you can't see your man is an op. You can't spot that your man is an op. Oh, baby girl, you suffering. You can't see Taylor is an op. Oh God, oh you golly gosh. But then I remember why Olandria can't see it, because she don't like Jeremiah either. So you can't see that your boy's an op. You can't, because you have the same way of thinking. Because for some reason Jeremiah pisses you both off. I don't know. Maybe that's why you two are actually together. I'm sorry. I know some of you love Olandria, and I do. I think she's an amazing and beautiful woman. And don't get twisted, she's a girl's girl. Don't get twisted. But this hate that her and Taylor, that's the only reason why they're together. Because I can't see it. I don't know. I don't get what you want. I don't get it. You see what I'm saying to you? I don't feel him. What is it that Taylor does and Olandria? They don't do nothing. They don't do jack weed. They don't do jack weed. They don't do anything. They don't bring anything to the table. Let's get over that. Okay? All right? Let's get over that. They don't do anything, they don't bring anything. And so Nick, Taylor, and Ace, the three of them, the Crash Bandicoot brothers, okay? All right, these Crash Bandicoot brothers who are organizing and orchestrating the villa. I'm like, so you're gonna let another man dictate to you what Jeremiah should be doing? It's giving none of you have your own minds. It's giving y'all don't have your own minds. Now the man them are letting us down badly. I'm sorry. As a man, they are letting us down so badly. We are not going to beat the allegations because what is this? What is this? Do you know what I'm saying to you? We are not beating any allegation. Yeah, we are going outside Seaway. I can't lie to you. I can't defend the man on Monday. This is crazy, bro. That y'all sit around a campfire with s'mores talking about another man, trying to get him out. Hey, man them are jealous of another man because he looks good. It's crazy. It's so tapped. But I've been telling you about this all week. I've been telling you for the last 14 episodes. I told you Ace, Nick, Taylor are all ops. I told you all three of them are ops to the highest degree. And so as a man who watches this, I have to stay clear from men like this. I got to stay away from men like this. I'm sorry. When I'm with my boys, yeah, some of my guys in the past, they had the tip. I remember one of my guys, shout out to him, he always had the baddest bees. Oh my gosh, this guy always had the baddest chicks every single time. Do you think that when I'm talking to him, I'm like, bro, are you sure you care about her? You sure you like her? I mean, bro, are you sure you want to be with one woman? Bro, I am happy for my boy when he gets that girl. Why am I used to encourage him. Why am I going to be jealous about another man and what he like? I'm proud of you, bro. That girl was a tip-top girl. Bro, it's you, bro. The only reason why you're getting so jealous is because you believe that you deserve the same girls that he gets. Well, go after it then. Well, go after it then. Go after it then. Do you see what I'm saying? Let the best man win. You see, between Jeremiah and Nick, it didn't even last long. The fight between Jeremiah and Nick didn't even last long. You know why? Because again, authenticity is a beautiful thing. And that's why I said about Jeremiah will be proven to be true, man. Jeremiah versus Nick, it was never going to be a case because here again, and the funny thing is, Jeremiah had the same battle with Nick over Iris too. Right? So it's like, we're going to keep having these battles, but the point is they kept on losing. So for some reason, Jeremiah tips them and beats them every single time. Why? Because not just because he's a good-looking guy, I think because he's authentic. So obviously, the other couples are on this thing, yeah. Let's talk about it, okay? Because Huda was not gonna leave this situation, but anyway, let me talk about this other situation. Okay, let's hold on. Let me just play this clip because boy, I just want to just what. Oh my days, it is absolute shambolic, and my computer's playing up like there's nobody. My computer wants to play like it's nobody. Hold on now. Internet acting like he doesn't know how to be. It doesn't.
Really?
So my grandpa, he live in the country, you know. So he real big on like growing his own fruit. Like he has his own blueberries, his own cherry tree, his own apricot. He used to have an apricot tree, but the storm tore it down. Them apricots used to be fire. And every time I go out there, he'd be like, "Hey, you know, the blueberries out there blooming. Go ahead."
Have you noticed that when Jeremiah and Thingy talk, okay, when Jeremiah and Olendria talk, have you noticed that they're always at a distance? They always seem to be at a distance. For some reason, they sit like at a distance, and I don't know why that is. It always feels like they're a little bit distant. I just feel like they're always distant. I just don't believe their relationship. That's probably why. But you know, I just feel like they're always distant when they're talking. It just feels like there's always a gap between them. They always have a body language, always seems to be space between them. They're never able to be close. And the reason why is because I just don't think there's no attraction between the two of them. I want to be very honest. I don't think there's any attraction between them. Okay? All right, it is always some type of space. And of course, the way they're eating food, so this time around it will be looking like, but there's none. Okay, all right. But I just feel like again, the space here is the same thing. And I said if it was isolated, I'll be like, okay, I'm cooking a bit too much. But they did the exact same thing when they were lying in soul ties. They were at soul ties and lying next to each other, but not touching each other. I said, something's not quite right here. Something's not quite right here. You know what I'm saying to you? I said, this you don't see any closeness with them. You really do, you know? And I'm like, y'all just trying to get through. And you're very true, Mary. Of course, Austin will be kept because he's not a threat. And now he's lost. Now Austin has lost Charlie and has lost and he's lost Jeremiah. Charlie, Austin's on his own. Austin's finished. He's more than finished because he hasn't got nobody else to support him. That he's finished. There's nothing saving that boy. You know what I'm saying to you? Nothing will save that boy. Cheese and bread. And you know, I mean, listen, hey, I think Ace and Shelly, you know, they could be something. I just don't, but again, I'm a hater, but you know, the body language is better this episode. I can't lie to you. You know, I'm a hater, but the body language is better today. You know, I can't lie to you, their body language is much better this time. You know, they seem very cute and everything. I just don't believe him. You know what I'm saying to you? I just don't believe him.
Much better. Yes.
I just don't believe him. You know, him saying that he's waiting all day to have this moment with her. I don't know what he's been doing all day. Why has he been waiting all day to have this moment with her? What have you been doing all day? What have you been doing all day? I'm wondering what has Ace been doing all day that he had to wait for this moment for her all day? What have you been doing all day? Anyway, look, let me know into. Oh man. If I could tell you how annoyed I am. Woo, for me, listen. I need a juice dresser. Can we talk about Amaya quickly? Okay. Amaya and Austin's situation. Now, I told you about Amaya, and I want Amaya to just understand something, okay? All right. I want Amaya to just understand something.
And I had to do a lot of reflection, and like I'm a big loving person, and you know, a lot of people just view it as me being too much for them.
Okay, so Amaya's problem is that she you know, people, and this is someone they say, you wear your heart on your sleeve. No, baby, you don't have boundaries. That's your biggest issue. It's not that you love people too quickly. You don't have boundaries. Okay, and if you don't have boundaries, what tends to happen? You see, the very thing, you see, everybody talks about the fact that Hood is a love bomber, but nobody talks about Amaya. Nobody talks about Amaya being a love bomber. If we really talk about a love bombing, and that's what I try to say to you, people, I feel like people just were biased for Huda and Jeremiah. I don't know what it is that it is, but first and foremost, Amaya, if we're talking about love bombing, then you'd have to then bring Amaya into it then, right? If Huda is a love bomber, quote unquote, say Jeremiah's a love bomber, then that would be Amaya too. Because why is she saying baby on the first day and first day she's met you? Did the same thing with Ace and the exact same thing with Austin. You know what I'm saying to you, right? Talking about how she likes the person. Why is that not considered love bombing? You see what I'm saying to you, right? So the reality of the situation is that with Amaya, she lacks boundaries. And so what ends up happening is she rushes quickly into situations because she's looking for validation, for validation from the place of she's liked and she's wanted. And really and truly, because of the anxiety that she carries, what ends up happening is she clings quickly. Right? She clings quickly. So in that particular instance, she needs to take her time, right? It's not that you can't like the person, but when you give all of you so quickly, it's because you don't have boundaries. And usually that's an indication of lack of self-worth. You know? Lack of self-worth. So she just needs to chill. Like, you know what I'm saying? She just need to chill. Like, take your time with it a little bit, you know? You know, just be you know, it's chill. Like, yeah, and babe is a lot. I can't lie to you. When you're saying babe this, babe that, it is a lot so early. You know? in that particular essence. But yeah, but for me personally, I understand why. And I actually predicted it. I said Austin doesn't like her like that because she's doing too much. I said it in the last episode review where he was sitting and he was like this. And she was trying to talk to him and she had to and she forced the hug and she forced touching him. And what she was doing, she was rushing ahead. She wasn't allowing him to come and connect. She wasn't allowed to come and connect. Now, yes, you're right. And that's where Austin needs to be accountable. Austin does need to be accountable in this space because he was asked and he was not honest. But I remember I told you, that's why I said that Austin's got issues too. Why is it that Austin wants somebody who don't want him? Austin's got problems too. He has to be accountable. Austin wants somebody who didn't want him. Shelly didn't want him, and he knew that. But he wanted to chase because he's got validation issues. He wanted to be validated and wanted to prove that he was worthy. And if he could capture Shelly, he was going to do it very much so by abandoning his own needs. That's why he stayed in there so long. And now he's got somebody that actually likes him. He's scared to have that like him because, again, this would mean he doesn't get to prove that he's wanted. Okay? This is to prove that he's not wanted. Okay? So the reality is that they're actually two birds of the same flock. You just don't realize it. Okay? So yeah, I definitely agree with you that you know Austin did lie to that he did lie to Amaya, and I wish he would have done better. You know what I'm saying to you? I wish he would have done better and communicated with Amaya because he's now sold her down the river, and she feels like, you know, it's like it's like, you know, it's, you know, I don't, you know, I don't mind. It's cool. But every time you do that and you don't be honest, what you end up doing is that she has to feel like, oh, okay, everything's cool when everything's not cool. And then you make her feel like she's crazy when that's not true. Okay. All right. So I need him to also be honest about this because it leaves somebody very hurt because they're like, I knew that was the case, but you know, I asked you, you never told me. And actually then it becomes manipulative because you actually start dragging a person along knowing that's not actually the truth. You actually have to be very careful because that actually becomes manipulative. You know what I mean? It looks like it ends up becoming manipulative at that point. You know what I'm saying? That he doesn't want a black girl, he wants a white girl. Maybe, I don't know. I guess so. You know, I guess so. I don't know. If you guys say he does, I haven't seen that, but again, I haven't got I wouldn't say my meter for white men wanting white women and not black women is really there. So if you say that's the case, okay, I have to rock with you on that. You know. So I have to rock with you on that aspect. But oh man. Okay, and TJ rejecting Huda was absolute madness. My brother literally sent her to the gulag. Said, brother, I'm not interested. Sorry, sis. Hold on if I can get a clip.
No, we're cool as fuck.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure we're on like the same type of page because I don't want it to get down the line and then you're like, you know, fuck TJ. He didn't.
No, I promise I'm not that type of person that's gonna be like, fuck you. Like, yeah. Especially if someone's like, okay, I'm just not feeling like it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, sorry. So yeah, yeah, this is interesting, right? Brother sent her to the gulag. TJ said, listen, you're not about to drag me into the madness that you were in. You know, I've got Iris. I'm locked in. I like Iris. She seems to be stable. You know what I'm saying to you? She ain't about to crash out. I don't have to manage her. Yeah. He said, nah. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good on you. You know what I'm saying to you? I don't need all the things that you're bringing to the table. You know what I'm saying to you? So yeah, I just ooh, well, you know what I mean? So yeah, I can't you know, I can't play with you on that situation there. So for me personally, I'm looking at like, don't do that. Don't do that. So yeah, I was locked in. He said no. Yeah, he did say no. He said no. And you know, Pepe dodged her too, and actually Pepe dodged her because he was like, "Listen, he snitched to Hannah easily." I said, "Yeah, he don't want that smoke. He don't want nothing to do with that girl." Okay, he locked in with Hannah. You see, like this. Okay, watch this. Look, let me show you this. Because this is interesting. You see how
It's been like 13 years since I talked to you.
13 years is a long time, okay?
I really like, you know, that's how it felt like.
I think your heart rate's at like 95 an hour, 24/7.
It feels real chill.
But you see how close Pepe and Hannah are. We don't get that from see how look how close Pepe and Hannah are. You don't get that from Taylor and Alandria. You don't get that from Taylor and Alandria. Like they're an understated couple, and that's mad to me that they sent Hannah home before Amaya. Because Amaya ain't got a connection with Austin. So why did they send Hannah home? The girls are haters too. I can't even lie to you. Let's be honest, the girls are haters. I won't even play with you. The girls are haters. I'm gonna be real with you. The girls are haters. But not as much as the boys. But I'm just saying to you, the girls did Hannah dirty. I don't know if they still felt some way about Hannah moving some type of, I don't know what it is. But the reality is Hannah had a connection with Pepe, and you can see it was real. Okay? I don't get it. Amaya, you know, after she spoke to you, that Austin don't even like her. Austin's playing games. Right? So what is it? Are they still pissed about the Charlie situation? What is it? What is it? You know what I mean? I don't get it. So for me, it goes back to my point I said earlier on in the season. I said that the men and the women, everybody on this platform, on this island, is playing for money. I said it before. So when we said about trying to nail Jeremiah in that space, I said, no. They're playing for money. People are playing for money. The fakeness that's going on, the lack of connection, the lack of chemistry, the people that are actually connecting are getting thrown off. Have you noticed that? The people that actually connect, I don't like Hannah. I didn't like the fact that she was with Pepe, but she had a connection with him from early. But the people that are starting to connect, they're getting thrown off. So something's off. Because they're gonna let Ace and Shelly slide. They're gonna let Taylor and Alandria slide specifically. Right? Huda just needs another person, but I don't know if they can. And then Sierra and Nick. Boy, oh boy. She said she can't forgive the girls for sending her home. And the girls are like, yeah, we had to send somebody. I said, really? And not Huda also clapping when Jeremiah was kissing old girl. I said, Huda is never going to beat the allegation. That girl loves Jeremiah and will not let that boy go. She'll go and speak to him after the villa closes. I'm telling you. Huda ain't going to leave Jeremiah. Huda ain't going to leave Jeremiah. Now, again, TJ and Iris.
That's my first time ever wearing a Speedo. They're probably looking at my butt the whole time.
Look at this. Look how close they are, at least, right? They're still early doors, but if you watch their body language, they're mirroring each other. That's why I like them. I said they're mirroring each other. They seem to start liking each other. We'll see what happens, though. See what happens. But they're starting to like each other. You know? So yeah, I saw that with thingy. I said Iris and TJ are next. If they want to, Iris and TJ are next. If TJ does not play ball with Ace, they're next. And then the audience is going to help them get it out because we want a black winner so badly. Can I be honest with you? I don't care for black winners this season. Okay? I really don't care for a black winner this season because none of them deserve it. None of them. Please, black folk, I beg of you. This is not the season to do black and white folks. Let's choose a good couple. Because right now, Ace and Shelly ain't it. I don't want you to vote for them just because it could be it. They ain't it. Okay? And won't be it. All right? Okay? Olandria and Taylor ain't it. And they won't be it. Let's leave them where they are. Okay? This season, let's not do it. Please, I beg. We did it last season. That's cool. We got our winner. I hear it. But this season here, let's not reward this just because we're black. Please, I beg. I beg, please. Please, yes, bring shame and decorum. Have some class. I don't know, but let's not vote for them. Please, I beg. I don't even care if they're white. Okay? Let's just not reward the madness. You know what I mean? Oh, my God. I hope that Jeremiah does go back in, though. We'll see what happens. He might be out, we don't know. But maybe they'll sneak him back into Casa Amor. We'll see what happens. I don't know. We'll see what happens. You know? We'll see what happens. Oh, my days. It just stresses me out, you know. Stresses me out. This thing has, when I say I'm stressed, they stress me out. And obviously Casa Amor's obviously up as well now. So I think they had let me see. Okay, so Casa Amor, they did show, I think they showed some of the Casa boys. Let me see if I can, I don't know, I don't know if they're actually. And tomorrow night, Casa Amor. Let me see if I can get a clip. I don't see there was a clip. I don't know if that. No, I don't think the clip I have. Wait, let me see. Casa Amor boys. Casa Amor Island, season 7. Let's see if I can. I'll try and see if I can get a little picture or clip of the Casa Amor. I mean, listen, to be honest, like, I think they need to bring Jeremiah back, though. I can't lie to you. I think they need to bring Jeremiah back. I think if they bring back Jeremiah, okay, all right, if they bring back Jeremiah, it'll be a beautiful time, because then they can say, well, America voted for. Shut the frick up. America voted for the man to come back in. You know what I mean? Like, shut the frick up. You know what I mean? That you know what I'm saying to you? That will shut them up. But whether they'll do that or not, I don't know. I don't know if they will do that. You know what I'm saying to you? But yeah, Casa Amor starts tomorrow. You know? Casa Amor starts tomorrow. It starts tomorrow. So it's early. I think it's a little bit early. There's no couples here. So the only person that can really get done dirty here is Nick and Sierra. That's the only thing. Only people that can really get done dirty is Nick and Sierra, because everybody else is pretty much sorted. Damn, I think, let me see if I can get a clip for you guys of the Casa Amor boys. Boy, oh man, the more I think about it, the more annoyed I get. I mean, I gotta get off, man. This has been shameful. I gotta get off. Oh, you know how annoyed I am. I cannot believe they sold my boy down the river, bruv. I am so annoyed. So annoyed. Sold my boy down the river, Jeremiah. We'll have a proper rant tomorrow, man. Tomorrow we'll have a proper rant. I might get you, some of you, on as well, just to kind of share your thoughts and feelings as well. We might do a live impromptu. Or Wednesday we have a live on Wednesday, innit? So we can have that on Wednesday, an impromptu live where we get guys to have your say. But it's on Twitter. Okay, let me go on Twitter and get the Casa boys and girls. Let me go on Twitter. I'll go and get it. Yeah, Ace ain't gonna do nothing on there. He gonna make sure he ain't gonna do nothing. He's gonna be on best behavior. Why move mad now? You know what I'm saying to you? Why move mad now? He ain't gonna do nothing. All right. Oh, is the thing short? Okay, you guys are short, right? 26 episodes are short. I didn't know you guys are so short. That's 26 episodes, not long. Let me see if I can get the. Okay, yeah. Here you go, guys. Here's your Casa boys. Here's your Casa boys. 5 new boys, 6 new boys, 5 girls. So, I mean, potentially I see it for Okay, which ones we saying? Because this brother here looks like the guy was married at first sight. I can't lie to you. But what we saying? What we saying? I don't think there's anything bombshell about this. I can't lie to you. There's nothing bombshell in there. There's nothing bombshell. Them Casa boys, no offense to them. I'm not trying to judge a man, but they're not giving anything bomb. I mean, the brother here, but I don't know if he'll be. He seems all right. Maybe you know what? Pictures don't do you good. You know, pictures don't be doing people good. You know what I'm saying to you? But I'ma just say I'm not seeing it. Okay, all right. I'm not seeing it. I'm just saying to you, are you seeing it? Because I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing anything in regards to this being anybody stealing anybody, bro. Okay, all right. I don't know. Someone said they'll take them, even the ones over the ones in the villa. Fair enough. Let me see if I can get the ladies. They got a picture of the ladies. Let me go to media. Let's see if I can get. I want to see if I can get the ladies for you guys. I'll see if I can get the ladies for you guys. Hold on. Let me see if I can get the ladies for you, because we need to see the ladies as well. Because boy, oh boy, we finna find out. Okay, let's see if I can get the. See if we can get the girls up. I'm not able to see the. Yeah, do you know what? I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. Okay, I'm gonna have to try and to get a picture and see, because I don't think there's any proper picture. Yeah, this one. I'll have to do this one. Here you go. Look, it's not the greatest, but here we go. Those are the new girls. She's pretty, you know. The two white girls are actually pretty. These two girls are pretty. Can't lie to you. These two are pretty. Black girl's pretty as well, you know. I like a big hair as well. I like the big hair as well. I like the big hair as well. But who is she gonna be for? Ace. I'm still not even convinced Ace even like Shelly. Okay, I'm not even sure if I don't even know if Ace still like Shelly. But that she is pretty, and I think the two white girls on the side, they are pretty. I can't lie to you. Yeah, I can see Nick. I can see Nick now playing a little bit of a game, but I think he likes a bit of that Spanish thing, so that's why he likes Andrena as well. So I don't know, but yeah, this is where Taylor may go off the rails. Okay, this is where Taylor may get off the rails, and he might actually show who he really wants. But you know, money is a big motivator. I don't know if they're ever too willing to go outside of their situation. So we'll have to wait and see. But look, my time is up. We're gonna be back tomorrow. I'll put a proper live on tomorrow, because y'all didn't piss me off for real. I'll do a proper live tomorrow. I can't deal with this. But listen, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, and you click on that bell button for notification of uploads. So actually sad. Sent my boy to the freaking gulag.